Hi, Maxie. Hi, good morning, everybody. This is Brittany at Big Cat Rescue here in Tampa, Florida. Hi, Casey. Hi, Serena. Good morning, Deb. Hi, Chris. Hi, Daniel. Let's see where this Maxie. Hi, Cassie. Hi, Chad. Good morning. If you just popped in and you missed him exiting his platform, it was quite hilarious. All of a sudden, where were you going, sir? Just took off running. He has been giving his keepers a run for their money out here in vacation. Max Tiger is on morning and evening meds for pain management. Are you chuffing? Ooh. Hi, sir. And he has not been wanting to come over. Hi, bud. He's been staying out in the very middle where nobody can get to him and avoiding having breakfast when everybody else eats breakfast and just living the vacay life. Hi, Kitty. Good morning. Hi, Nancy. Good morning, Misty. Just giving you guys a chance to share this and tag each other, alert everybody that we're live. We're just getting started. I saw Max out here on his platform, so that felt like a good place to start. Hopefully you guys have been able to watch him on the vacation camera. He's been having lots of fun. I've seen lots of Labrador Retriever images of him out in the lake with a giant stick in his mouth. He just keeps running, hopping and running. Bless his little heart. So, the reason I wanted to start here at vacation, other than Max being absolutely adorable, is you'll notice that there is not a donate button on this live today. And the reason I did that is I didn't want anyone to get confused when I started talking about the birthday fundraiser. So my birthday is not today, it's later this week, but we started the fundraiser today. Look at him just frolicking around. Oh my gosh, he's so precious. So if you guys remember back in June, I did a series of lives for us to fundraise to rebuild both of the big platforms out here in vacation rotation. And we were still $1,900 short on that fundraiser. Another keeper very graciously for her birthday did a, thank you Kelly for donating there, did a match for her birthday, and we wanted to do both platforms out here. We got one fully funded, but we were about $1,900 shy of the second one. So I wanted to make sure that I could bridge that gap. So for my birthday fundraiser this year, which again, my birthday's later this week, not today. Ooh, handsome man. You're having so much fun. So goofy. So that's just one of the things. So that's about $1,900. I placed my goal at $3,700 because this year I will be turning 37. And so what I wanted to do is fundraise for a couple cage expansions that we have been talking about for quite some time. I can't promise that any of them are going to get done like right now. As you guys have seen, so many other things pop up that become priority, and especially at the mall. Oh, let me check my Wi-Fi real quick, guys. Okay, let's see if that helped anything. It's cutting in and out quite a bit. So what I want to do is help complete some of the cage expansions that we've been talking about doing. So I'm going to walk you guys over and actually show you. So this is one of the platforms that we're going to take down and rebuild. Thank you, Deb, for pinning the link to the fundraiser. I did see about 13 people had already donated. We were a couple $100 in. So we'll let the fundraiser go definitely through my birthday, if not a little bit after. I really don't want to leave any of these projects hanging. I'd like to be able to go to Victor and Jamie and be like, guess what? These are fully funded whenever you guys have time. Because you know, with Manny's pool, we've been getting rained out a lot. Then there's other emergency things that pop up, such as our sweet little summer Bobcat right now. She's still a full-time job for Jamie, nights and weekends, and I try to help during the week while she's here. Look what he's doing with his tail. He looks like he's ready to chase or pounce something. He's chewing on that log. Let me see if I can zoom to him. Hopefully you guys can see him. I don't know what he's doing over there. Oh, hilarious. So we want to replace those two platforms. So I think it was 1961 is how much we are shy on the platforms. So then I asked Jamie about the 3 other cage expansions that I will go show you guys quickly. Gonna see if he was gonna pop out at the other side. There's something in that bushy thing that he's real interested in. You know what's really weird? Right now, the live is only, there he goes. The live is only showing me that there's like 100 of you. And my comments have stopped again. I think when I had to flip screens to check my Wi-Fi setting, it did something weird. Hopefully you guys can see. Are you guys seeing everything that I've been focused on? It would not be a Monday without major technical issues. Let's put it that way. Okay. So the other expansion projects that are going to be part of my fundraiser, it can be hard to visualize, especially if you've never been here. And so what we've really been focused on in the last year and a half is giving the cats as much space as, oh gosh, that was squeaky. Giving the cats as much space as possible. And for us to do that, we've been like building bridges and tunnels to enclosures that are next door that no longer have cats in them, trying to expand their space as much as possible. We can always shift cats back around as needed, but what we want to try to do is give every single cat the best environment that they can have. If you guys follow us regularly, you understand fully that a cat born and raised in captivity by humans in foreign lands cannot be set free. So the best we can do here as an accredited sanctuary is to give them as much space and as much enrichment and the best quality, food and vet care that we can. So what we're gonna do, and again, there's a link to the fundraiser pinned in the comments. It's also in the description of this video. I did not put a donate button on this video for that very reason. Hi, pretty lady. There's Miss Cully. But I'm gonna try to stick to the mission here this morning, which is just showing you guys and explaining what this fundraiser is about. So, about 1961 to finish up the platform and about 1700 or so to do these 3 cage expansions. And since it worked out to be so close to 3,700, I was like, well, that's perfect, because that's how old I'm going to be this year, is 37. So I really appreciate it. You guys remember we did a fundraiser last year for Smalls to get her a playground, and then you guys blew that out of the water. So we ended up using a lot of that money, extra additional money, to build platforms for Kelowna and Dryden. We also it helped with the gutter and roof system on the late Tom Tom's enclosure. So it worked out really, really well. So the first one I will explain and show real quick is for Kelowna and Dryden again. So you guys see we had already built and rebuilt platforms, ramps. They both have a platform on either side of the enclosure now. But what I want to do, and this has been absolutely killing me to see this enclosure empty. So the enclosure that Tiger Lily used to be in is right next door to Kelowna and Dryden. And there's not been another kitty that has gone in it. It's this enclosure here. And it's got a feeding lockout, and it's got a huge concrete den that I know that they would really, really like. And what I would like to do is, because this side is Kelowna and Dryden, and this side was the late Tiger Lily, is I want to build a little tunnel that connects the two. So that way they would get this whole additional enclosure. Because I know for a fact Kelowna would absolutely love this area back here. It's full of ferns, and it's got this huge concrete den right here, which they really like the one on the other side, but then they would have two, because they've got, actually they'd have three, because they've got one right there. And then there's one off in the distance as well. And they use them like crazy. So I want them to have a third option, which would be this enclosure. We'd obviously have to go in. Again, nobody's been in here. They'd have an extra water bowl. So this whole area would be part of their home. So we would just have to build a tunnel. I don't know if he'd want to do an overhead tunnel. That seems kind of very labor intensive, and it's kind of a far distance to do that. So I'm thinking just a basic like ground tunnel, the same way that like we connected Flint and Nabisco. So maybe somewhere in this, like the smaller section here. So that's one of them, one of the 3 expansions that I would like to do. Fundraiser wise, like I said, there's a lot of things on the list. This is just all future expansions that it would be really, really nice, again, to be like, hey, it's fully funded. So whenever you're ready to do it, we can do it. So that would be for Kelowna and Dryden. Get this gate closed. And we'll actually just walk on over here. So the next one, you know, last year, all I did was focus on Bobcats. And while I really want to finish up Kelowna and Dryden's project, I also want to give some love to the Servals. So this front enclosure here used to be where Ginger Serval was, and then she moved over into a bigger enclosure that's now hooked up to Funcation. So this whole enclosure right here, Mouser was in this enclosure for a short while too, until he moved into staff offices. So there's this huge, it's 2 really huge bubbles. It's got a lower tunnel, and then it's got a concrete den, 2 of these tree stump dens, a lower platform there right on the tour path. As you can see that we are on the tour path. So if and when we'd ever have tours again, my goal is that Nala would have access to an enclosure on the tour path. So let me just get back here real quick. And so same deal. Nala's enclosure is back here. So we're thinking we would just need a little tunnel probably between these 2. So you can actually see we've done it over here before. See this low tunnel that's been built connecting these 2 bubbles? My thought is actually to basically take this lockout right here and just expand it until it reaches this enclosure over here. So that would put Miss Nala Bean, which I don't see her. That would put her into 2 more large bubbles on top of what she already has, which she has this whole area back here. But it'd bring her closer and people passing by might be able to see her a little better. I'm just trying to see her at all. Oh, there's a Marianne. Hi, Marianne. You already have a football field. We don't need to expand you guys. Sorry, my comments stopped working, you guys. It's always something. Hopefully you guys are all helping each other out in the comments. Oh, there she is. Oh, I came on the wrong side. Oh, well. Hi, honey. Did you end up enjoying your sickle yesterday? Yeah, I'll take that as a yes. So this is Nala. If you guys donate to the birthday fundraiser, you'll be helping us eventually expand her enclosure into a next door enclosure. All the cats have already eaten this morning, so now it's just grooming time. Grooming or frolicking or pacing or whatever their morning routines are. For Nala, it's grooming in the sunshine. All right, so that is 2 of the 3. And then our last one is Sheena. Hi, lady. I'll give you a little more of a close-up. No, not that. It's Monday. I don't need that on top of my technical issues. So number 3 is to help expand Sheena. So there is an empty enclosure next to Sheena because we moved Serval over onto the lake. Let me get out of another gate here. So this whole empty enclosure that you see right in front of me, it has a nice big new platform in it. There's 2 giant bubbles all connected. There's a water bowl, there's another feeding lockout, other safety entrances. So you see the area between the 2. I'm thinking we would put a tunnel, a ground tunnel probably, because I don't see her going through an above ground or an above head tunnel. So the goal would be to expand her into that cage next door. And then the other thing, and this is probably the priciest thing out of everything because it's quite the distance, is my goal includes hooking Sheena to the vacation tunnel system that we have for Funcation. So you've seen it with Zucari, Ginger, and Cricket. I really want Sheena to get to be a part of that. So what we would do, we walk all the way back here, is we would have to create either, we could do it 2 ways, because this is a tunnel system that goes all the way to Funcation. And what we could potentially do if we did connect Cricket and Sheena's enclosures together as well, then maybe we could get Sheena to walk through this back bubble, kind of like we do with the tigers, over and then connect her to Funcation, or we would have to bring this whole big thing all the way down, fill in through the back here, and then somehow get it through this direction and hook all the way up to Sheena's enclosure. Sheena's never ever been on Funcation because she absolutely refuses to go in a transport cage. So doing some kind of tunnel expansion to hook her to that would be really, really wonderful. Hi, baby. You're part of my birthday fundraiser this year. What do you think? What do you think? Like I said, you guys absolutely blew it out of the water last year with smalls that we were able to fund so many other projects. So if we for some reason hit the goal and it goes above the goal, anything above the goal is I'm gonna deem for summer Bobcat. So as far as her, she's hanging in there. She's put back on some weight. Yesterday I read for the first time she ate some chicken, and she's still, you know, very feisty, very playful. She keeps having issues where she can't go potty. She's still on some medications. She got an x-ray with Dr. Justin over the weekend, apparently, just to see if there was any kind of blockages, and it looks like she's just back to being a little bit constipated again. So, well, if you guys came in late or missed any part of this live, just talked all about the fundraiser that Deb posted this morning. So if you felt like you wanted to donate during this live, please just go to the link that Deb pinned, or it's also in the description, because this will probably be the only time I really talk about it on the lives. I don't want this to feel like a Brittany promo show. I've just gotten so many messages and comments from so many people over the last 2 weeks about, when are you doing a fundraiser? When is your birthday fundraiser? And I'm like, okay, let's hit it all at once. So recap, we're trying to finish funding the vacation rotation platforms. We're just shy of like 2,000 to finish that. I think it was 1961 is what we technically needed. And then if we want to do these expansions for Kelowna and Dryden, Nala Serval and Sheena Serval, we're looking at about 1,700. So thank you very much to everybody who's already donated. Like I said, I'm not gonna drag this through the mud any other time past today, so I appreciate you guys hanging in there for that. This week I'm trying to think if there's anything to fill you guys in on. I'll be volunteering tomorrow like normal, so I don't know that there will be a morning live. Wednesday and Thursday should be, weather permitting, about the same. I do know that Victor and Jamie's goal here soon is to try and actually build like a giant tent around Manny's pool area, so that even if it starts raining, which it's been doing basically daily, that they could still continue to work on it. Or say they start the concrete work and then all of a sudden it's pouring rain, they can at least make sure that it's not going to get ruined and washed away, because that's been the hardest part, is just once they get everything out and ready to start working on it, the sky opens up and we just haven't been able to get it done. So my hope is, if I can't do a morning live, because again, I'll be volunteering, I think maybe sometime randomly in the afternoon, I'll try to see if maybe Lauren can help me. We can do some kind of little live with Nikita, since it'll be World Lion Day, and tomorrow's also Cyrus's birthday. So he'll be 11 years old. I know all he'll really want is a sickle, so I will either do that on Facebook or Instagram. So we'll try to do something like that tomorrow to celebrate them. So she's like, oh, fine, I won't get a sickle. You're gonna get a tunnel, lady, so you can go on vacay. All right, well, thank you guys very much. If you missed any of this and you want to rewatch it and learn about what we're doing this year for my fundraiser, you can go to dailybigcat.com and rewatch it. Got some cute stuff with Max Tiger right off the bat. She's like, okay, I'm done. I've been talking too much. I wanted to give some love to my Servals that I love, that don't so much love me back, but that's okay. That's their choice. I know, that's your choice. All right, well, thank you guys very much. I hope you have a great day. And I'm excited to see how that fundraiser does on its first day. So take care, everybody, and I will hopefully see you later this afternoon over on Instagram. And I will talk to you then. Take care.